Welcome back to the Box Office Breakdown Show. Here on Max Talks Movies, it's Max Talks Box Office. As we do every single Monday, we're going to break down the weekend domestic box office chart, the overall 2021 domestic box office chart, which we'll only be using for the next couple of weeks. We're also going to look at the worldwide box office. Welcome back to a brand new video here at Max Talks Movies. We're talking box office on Max Talks Movies. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell. I do this show every single Monday, including other movie reviews, TV show reviews, streaming platform reviews, movie rankings. It's a busy month of December. We have rankings of Spider-Man, Matrix of the year, December, worst films of the year, all this stuff coming on the channel, on tons of reviews, all these different types of stuff. So please subscribe, ring the bell so you're new to the channel. Also, please comment down below your thoughts to let me know, first of all, what movies or movies did you see at the box office this weekend? What are your predictions for this upcoming weekend's box office? And like the video, the thumbs up, that's how you support this channel. Let's talk box office. So let's start the weekend of December 3rd to December 5th. No new major releases came out this weekend. So it's going to be basically another Thanksgiving leftover type weekend in the first month of December. The only really lull in the entire month of December. So for the second consecutive week, Disney's Encanto gets number one. It makes $12.739 million. That's a 53% drop in its second weekend. And its total gross here domestically is 57.9. Now, a lot of people have been talking about the big controversy, I would say actually, is that Encanto has already been announced that it will be for free on Disney Plus. With the subscription, no premiere access. Disney's Encanto will be on Disney Plus December 24th, right in time for Christmas. And I know a lot of people who I'm friends with or family members who are actually just waiting for this film to come on Disney Plus now. I believe this will really haunt Encanto at the box office. Again, it did not perform as well as other Disney films do during Thanksgiving. And this $12 million should have been a bit higher, especially for families. But I think this movie will continue to dip a bit at the box office because everyone's waiting for it for free at home for Christmas. So we'll see if that becomes a major factor. I believe it's a big mistake for Encanto because this film has a really good theater experience. As I said, I saw the movie in theaters, had a really good time watching it in a theater, but I know a lot of people are now just waiting for it to come on Disney Plus. In second place this weekend with a new milestone in the domestic box office, we'll talk about in just a sec, Ghostbusters Afterlife is once again second at the box office. It's a 57% drop in its third weekend, and Ghostbusters now has made $10.3 million this past weekend. Really good stuff. Ghostbusters is now the 11th film of the year to reach the $100 million milestone. We'll break down in a sec, but big win for Ghostbusters Afterlife, a franchise that a lot of people still believed was dead after the 2016 film, even before the 2016 film. But Jason Reitman did bring new life. Audiences really love this movie. Critics, for the most part, like this movie. So really good praise for Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it's doing very well at the box office. This is the same top three as last week. Number 3 is House of Gucci, which makes $6.773 million. Again, a 53% drop in its second weekend, just like Encanto. So 6.7 for House of Gucci takes its domestic total to $33.6 million. So really, as you look at it, not a good year from the box office point of view for Ridley Scott. His first film, The Last Duel, which was rumored to be made around $100 million, only I think wrapped up $10 to $15 million domestically. One of the biggest box office bombs of the entire year. And this film will definitely not hit $50 million domestically. So not a great year. I think it gets a ripple and effect of where Ridley Scott is with his audience. His audience does not seem to be there at the box office. House of Gucci still pushing. Lady Gaga is definitely heavy. We'll be pushing this movie for a couple months now, heading into Oscar season. We're already in Oscar season. She is definitely has a great chance to be nominated on multiple award shows, including obviously the main Oscars. So Lady Gaga will be pushing this with this film, just like his other film, just not great results for Ridley Scott at the box office. But this one is already more successful of a film than The Last Duel. Shocking event happened at the box office. Number 4 this week is the Christmas with the Chosen. It's a Fathom Events. So a Fathom event that made $4.1 million this weekend. It's number 4 so Christmas with the Chosen, Messengers. I heard this is actually a special episode of a 2-season show that was funded by Catholics for $40 million. They made 2 seasons, and they actually released 1 episode, this episode, in theaters, and it made $4.1 million, which made this by far the most successful Fathom event of all time. If you go to AMC theaters, right before the trailer start, they do promote multiple Fathom events, and this one is by far the best. $4.1 million. A lot of people went out to see this movie, and it even cracks the box office. It kicks out Resident Evil Raccoon City because staying in the top 5 in its 5th week is Eternals. $3.9 million, a 50% drop. Its domestic total is now $156 million. So Eternals in all 5 weeks has hung in the top 5 for Eternals. This week, just hanging on. We will see in the coming weeks if it can hang in there in the top 5. It's a very busy month. This film has really started to really disappear from a lot of people's minds, even for people who like the movie, really because Spider-Man No Way Home is coming. It was really the talk of the town when Eternals came out. But then since weeks by, it really has just dwindled people's talk about this film, even way less than Shang-Chi and Black Widow. So everyone's kind of gearing up for Spider-Man No Way Home, which comes out a week from Friday. Can't believe I just said that. Week from Friday, Spider-Man No Way Home. So Eternals is hanging in the top 5. Let's move on to the domestic box office overall this year. No real changes here, except, as I said earlier, Ghostbusters Afterlife joining the $100 million club. It gets to 102, which is number 11. So that's now 12 movies this year have now hit the $100 million mark. Godzilla vs. Kong is at 12. Ghostbusters Afterlife is only $2 million short of Dune. So it will pass Dune next week. Dune did actually get an extra $1 million this week because it did re-release in IMAX theaters for this weekend before West Side Story begins to get the premium formats this upcoming weekend. So Dune is at 104, Ghostbusters is at 102. So great chance for Ghostbusters to overtake them and join the top 10. Still, it's Shang-Chi at number 1, Venom is at number 2, Black Widow, F9, A Quiet Place Part 2, No Time to Die, Eternals is at number 7, Free Guy, Jungle Cruise, Dune, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Godzilla vs. Kong are the 12 movies so far in 2021 that have hit $100 million domestically. Spider-Man should probably get that in its opening weekend, maybe even $200 million. We are really anticipating that one to hit big. If you look at the worldwide box office, No Time to Die is at number 3, F9 is at number 4, Venom is at 6, Godzilla is at 7, Shang-Chi is at 8, Eternals is at number 9 at the worldwide box office, and Dune is at number 10. So that is this week's box office. Nothing really changing at the worldwide. Ghostbusters joining the $100 million club, but a pretty low weekend. Boring weekend, as you say, a leftovers weekend this weekend. But this upcoming week, a pretty big movie, the first big movie for December, West Side Story is releasing, getting rave reviews. Should be a major factor in award season. People say lead actress, supporting actress, and picture are all in the conversation for West Side Story, the remake, the redo of the 1961 classic film that won 10 Oscars. Getting absolutely, as I said, rave reviews. That comes out in both exclusively in theaters, and it will have premium formats, which means IMAX and Dolby, for 1 weekend only. So before Spider-Man, if you want to see West Side Story in IMAX or Dolby, this is the weekend to see it, because Spider-Man will be taking up all the premium formats for weeks to come after that. So West Side Story is the only major release hitting theaters this weekend. Should be interested to see how does that do. A lot of people are really interested to see what the audience is there. Is it there for West Side Story? Is it truly an Oscar push film? We can't wait to see it. I'll be reviewing that film on Friday. I am seeing it on Friday, so I'll review it on Friday. Multiple other videos are coming out this week, guys. Wednesday will be my spoiler review of episode 4 of Hawkeye. Also, The Unforgivable, the brand new Netflix film. Sandra Bullock, she is starring in it. I'm reviewing that movie on Friday, and we'll be back here on Monday doing a box office breakdown show. We're basically breaking down the past weekend's box office, but also previewing Spider-Man No Way Home. 1 week from Friday, that film is coming out. We're very, very excited. My most anticipated film of the entire year, maybe in a long time. So that is this week's box office breakdown. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys very, very soon.